Hey, what's up, guys? It's Hayden.
Hey, and I'm Emma. Welcome back to our channel. We've got another movie review for you today. We are going to be talking about a movie we've been wanting to see for a little while. It did come out earlier this year, I think, but we finally got around to seeing it, and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
We both loved it. It's Guns Akimbo.
Yeah, so Guns Akimbo follows Daniel Radcliffe, who plays Miles, who is a game programmer. And he's also a bit of an internet troll. He likes to talk shit online, makes him feel like a bit of a man. But he talks shit to the wrong people. Ends up getting kidnapped, guns bolted to his hands, and thrown into this one-on-one death match that is streamed online for the world to see. So this movie was a lot of fun. I loved it. It's a very stylish movie. It just oozes style.
Yeah.
It's got a very colourful kind of 80s cinematography, lighting and colour grade, like a lot of neon blues and reds. And the soundtrack is very 80s as well. You know, a lot of like synth wave, and I think it was even like some 80s rock, hair metal stuff kind of thrown in there. It just had that vibe to it, that style, and I really enjoyed that about it.
Yeah, I actually, at the end, I said it really reminded me a bit of Suicide Squad meets Drive meets Netflix's Happy. It's
That's
kind
a
of
good
got,
comparison, actually.
it's kind of got a bit of, it's got elements from all of those. So
I think it's what Suicide Squad should have been.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, this movie was so enjoyable. I really love seeing Dan Radcliffe in these roles. Like, he is, in recent years, he's just been doing some really good stuff. He's really funny. Like, he does comedy really well.
Surprisingly well.
Surprisingly, like, I don't know if it's just because he's a bit of an awkward guy and he just does awkward really well.
It's funny, I was not a big fan of him in Harry Potter. I was not a big fan
Well,
of
you're
him in Harry
alone in
Potter.
that.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to be not only alienating you, but a lot of our fans out there, so I'm sorry. But yeah, I wasn't really a fan of him in Harry Potter. I always found him just a little bit wooden sometimes. And ever since he's tried to escape that shadow of Harry Potter, I feel like he's really come into his own as an actor. And done some really good stuff, like Miracle Workers. He is great in that.
Very funny.
And as you said, does comedy really well, because
He does.
Miracle Workers is a comedy. He does that really well. He's got some great timing and just works with the material really well.
Yeah.
And this one's no different. I mean, this is actually quite a funny movie, considering how violent it is and how much it lends itself more to those like 70s, 80s exploitation films. It is quite funny. I mean, I kind of had a couple of really laugh out loud moments.
Yeah.
And Daniel Radcliffe, played into those moments really well.
Yeah, he was brilliant. I thought it was perfect casting. And we also had Samara Weaving, Australian actress.
Home and Away fame, yeah.
Yeah.
Who was gloriously psychotic
Yes.
in this one.
She was fantastic. I loved seeing her in this. We should mention too, I think it was a New Zealand production.
I think so, or partly a New Zealand production at least.
Yeah, which was great. So there was also a few other Aussie and Kiwi actors. So that was really good to see as well. And we also especially loved seeing cameo by Rhys Darby.
Rhys Darby. He's just hilarious. I mean, he could read the dictionary and I think it'd be funny.
Yeah.
Just in his voice.
Anything that
Yeah.
comes out of his mouth is hilarious. We absolutely love him. So it was so good to see him in this too. And him and Dan working together was just,
that was a funny scene.
it's just a hilarious combo. So
Yeah, very surprisingly funny film, this one, which I think just added to that enjoyment factor. Because I'm a fan of these movies in general anyway.
Yeah.
Like the kind of like the new age exploitation movies, the kinds of movies that Robert Rodriguez has really cut his teeth on. Those kinds of movies, I've always been a big fan of those. But just that humor element, just add that extra layer onto it, and made me enjoy it just that much more.
yeah, it was a very gritty film still. Like it was very fast paced. It was very
Had
violent.
energy to it, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like it really cut into the action almost straight away. Very little kind of lead up to it, and just straight into the action. Very fast paced, had an energy about it. There's, it seems like it's just constant, action scene after action scene after action scene. And you might think that gets a little bit too much and a little bit old, but no, the fight choreography and all that, it keeps it fairly fresh, as well as some of the fight cinematography, like how they actually shoot some of the fights. Throwing the camera around and actually, rather than using cuts, it's actually using the camera to kind of follow the action around and then go upside down and do all these really crazy things.
Yeah, it was very well filmed. It was a very stylized movie, as you said. So I loved all those elements. And I also found it quite funny that Dan played this type of character. You know, he was he trolled the trolls online, and I thought that was really funny. That he felt like he hadn't done much in his life. He always kind of wanted to be more in his life, and never really got there. But being a troll to the trolls kind of was the hero in himself.
Purpose. Yeah.
Gave him purpose.
Yeah.
And I found that really funny because I'm pretty sure I saw a video, an interview with Dan Radcliffe, where he said he's actually not on any social media because he would be the type to have a say about everything, and he'd just want to come for people. So I thought it was really funny that he was playing that character.
Yeah. And I think this movie actually had like a subtle commentary on internet culture in a way as well. Just on, he starts off as this internet troll talking shit, but then it's like, it's subtly saying, well, you don't know who you're talking to online and who you're talking shit to, and one day that might come back to bite you in the ass.
Yeah.
It wasn't a message that was kind of, slamming you over the head through the whole movie. It was kind of just a subtle thing that I picked up on.
Yeah. And I also thought it was a really cool idea, having, this dark web that you can tune into and watch live streams of bad guys killing bad guys, having these, death matches. Yeah. And I also thought the having his guns attached to his hand, while that looked tremendously painful, I thought that was another really funny element to the movie, was how he goes about life with gun hands.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's funny when you think about it, because that kind of thing, bolting guns to someone's hands, that comes from like the exploitation playbook. So it reminds me of something like, Planet Terror, where Rose McGowan's character has got the machine gun bolted to her leg. It kind of comes from that new age exploitation playbook. But then, it really just added to the comedy, because he's trying to do these, real world tasks, like dressing himself or going to the toilet or driving or using his phone. And just those moments of him trying to do that just like added to the comedy.
Yeah, it was very funny. And quite gory in some ways too. Like some of these, just seeing his hands and some of the injuries these criminals get, you're just like, oh. Yeah,
very violent, very gory. But if you like us and you really dig that stuff, then you're going to enjoy this one. It's a lot of fun, funny, violent, kind of everything that we kind of look for in a good movie.
Yeah, so definitely recommend this one. Check it out, guys. And we'll leave it there, I think, for this week. So thanks for joining us. Yeah, please let us know what you thought of Guns Akimbo in the comments below. Slam that like button and subscribe to the channel if you like what we do. And hit the bell for the notifications if you want to see and keep up to date with what's coming up next. But most importantly of all, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye. See you guys. Don't be a troll.